What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets Radio, game day, Sunday morning early, so I'm sure everything I say now will be offset during the game today, make me look completely stupid, but I will do it anyway. We broadcast live Tuesday and Friday night, 8 o'clock. We appreciate everybody that watches these videos and that interacts with us, leaves comments. We do our best to keep up with everything. The news, obviously, is the Jets extended Ryan Griffin, tight end, which to me is a very smart move. It's obvious that Ryan Griffin has chemistry with Sam Darnold. He's a reliable safety valve. He comes back cheap, and he's insurance for Chris Herndon. So to me, it's a no-brainer. At some point, which is obviously now, Joe Douglas is going to try to find building blocks for the future. Ryan Griffin's 29 years old. He's not a young kid, but listen, we need stability at the position. Chris Herndon, with his injuries and everything else, you really don't know what he is. It was supposed to be a big year for him, but we didn't get anything out of him. So now you say, you know what? You come into next year with Ryan Griffin as a kind of like a building block, like a stable there, like a piece to say, okay, listen, if Herndon can't go or he gets hurt or whatever else, or Trevin Wesco doesn't pan out, at least we know what we have in Ryan Griffin. Makes a lot of sense. Then you go, what's next? And to me, the next biggest priority as you look forward to the rest of this season and next year is Jordan Jenkins. Jordan Jenkins is not a splashy guy. He's consistent. He's an emotional leader. He's reliable. And if you look at his stats, almost every year, his sack numbers are going up every year. They're increasing. He's getting better. He's becoming a better pass rusher. If you kind of remember, is when he came out of college, he was still learning how to pass rush. He had no idea what to do. He knew like 2 or 3 moves. So he's completely redeveloping himself and emerging as a pass rusher. So he's not going to be, a 15, 16 sack guy. But if you get 8, 9, 10 every year, that's pretty good out of Jordan Jenkins. So for me, I make sure to make him a priority, get him re-signed. And then after that, it's like, you can't have 22 All-Stars on a team. So you need pieces. You need guys. You need depth. You need talent. So after that, I bring back Brian Poole, too. Brian Poole has been a good slot corner. He's been physical. Sometimes he's made too many penalties. But when you look at the cornerback position as a whole, the Jets have holes everywhere. I mean, Darryl Roberts hasn't been good. Tremaine Johnson's a mess. I mean, you can hopefully bring back maybe Arthur Morlett. Maybe bring back Nate Hairston. I mean, Bless Austin's been a fine, but it's been, 1.5 games. So Brian Poole, I think, has proven himself to earn another contract with the Jets. And another guy I really like a lot is Neville Hewitt, who's been just a beast. I mean, he played well last year. I'm glad they brought him back this year. He's a tackling machine. He flies around. He plays special teams. He may require a little bit more money, but I think there's a solid chance the Jets may move on from Avery Williamson. So listen, to me, if you bring back Hewitt, it's a smart move. Other than that, you look at the offensive line, and you guys are all going to yell at me and give me all these comments and whatever else. But listen, Kelvin Beachum has been a stabilizing force on this offensive line. Is he a top left tackle in the world? No, but it's hard to find left tackles in the NFL. Free agents are going to cost you $1 gazillion. Look at the Giants with Nate Solder, and drafting one takes time. So if you bring back Kelvin Beachum, who the Jets are kind of already hinting, because they're already saying he's so tough, he's a warrior, he's all these things. I think they're kind of giving everybody a hint that they're going to try to bring him back. You bring him back, that's fine. He doesn't have to be. He's not going to be your long-term answer, but at least he's a short-term fix for a desperate position. Other players that Alex Lewis, Tom Compton, I bring all these guys back. You bring back depth guys. They're quality players, and it's like until you can find somebody better, it's kind of like the known is worse than the unknown. I mean, it is what it is, but at least I think Alex Lewis has shown some things. But we'll see. We'll see what Joe Douglas does. These all guys I don't think will be expensive. I mean, Poole's going to require some money. And then I guess the last one is going to be kind of a crucial one is Robbie Anderson. And this is fascinating. I've reached out to several people that we've had on our show, like Joe Corey, to say, hey, how do you handle Robbie Anderson contract? Because the guy's got all the talent in the world, but not the stats. No 1,000-yard seasons, none of these other things that you would look for to give a, $8, $9, $10 million a year contract. And will he want more? I mean, the Jets gave Quincy Nunwa a pretty hefty contract, and he didn't have really that good numbers either. So this is going to be on Joe Douglas. Does he re-sign Robbie Anderson? Does he try to trade him? What does he try to do? Well, he should have traded him already, but what do he try to do here? So can't trade him. I'm tired. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. But fascinating contract there. So in summary, this is just kind of a little ramble, but I would make Jordan Jenkins a priority, Neville Hewitt a priority, Brian Poole a priority, and then somebody's offensive lineman, I have no problem bringing them back. You bring back depth, guys that have worked in your system, and then try to add upon that. If you have to have an Alex Lewis as a backup, that's fine. If Kelvin Beachum only plays 8 games, then he's backup for 8 games, at least you know what you have, and you're not screwed. The bottom line is your offensive line should be the strength of your organization, the foundation of your team, and any way you can do to make it better, you do so. But you only have so many draft picks, and it's going to be very difficult. So hopefully the Jets win today. I have no idea. I'm predicting them to win, and the Raider fans have been attacking me, and that's completely cool. The weather is lousy. I mean, it's pouring already. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching videos. Talk to you later.